As the body ages, one of the most disruptive yet often misunderstood transformations occurs quietly beneath the surface: shifts in hormone levels. Hormones are chemical messengers that help regulate everything from appetite and energy metabolism to muscle maintenance and fat storage. In youth, a relatively balanced and vigorous hormonal profile supports a leaner body composition, strong muscles, and a more even fat distribution. But as early as midlife, levels of key hormones such as estrogen, testosterone, and growth hormone begin to decline steadily. This hormonal erosion doesn't just change how people feel, it dramatically alters where and how the body stores fat, especially increasing accumulation around the abdomen, while simultaneously reducing lean muscle mass. For women, the decline in estrogen is perhaps the most abrupt and noticeable, particularly during and after menopause. Estrogen has long played a protective role against fat accumulation in the central abdominal area, encouraging instead a more even distribution of fat around the hips and thighs. Once estrogen levels plummet, this pattern reverses. Fat begins to relocate to the midsection, a change that is not only cosmetic but metabolically dangerous. Abdominal or visceral fat, which builds up around the organs, is highly active in producing inflammatory molecules that increase the risk for insulin resistance, cardiovascular disease, and even cognitive decline. This shift often feels sudden for many women, even if their diet or exercise habits haven't changed, which leads to confusion and frustration when weight piles on seemingly overnight. Men face a slower but equally serious hormonal decline, especially with testosterone. This hormone not only helps maintain muscle mass and energy levels, but it also plays a significant role in regulating fat distribution. As testosterone drops, muscle tissue decreases and fat, particularly around the belly, tends to increase. This is compounded by a reduction in physical activity and sleep quality, two factors that further suppress natural testosterone production. Even small changes in testosterone can have disproportionately large effects on body composition. Men may notice not only weight gain but also a softer, less defined physique and a reduced ability to build or retain muscle even with effort. Growth hormone, another vital player, declines in both men and women with age. Often called the youth hormone, growth hormone supports cellular repair, fat metabolism, and lean tissue development. Its decrease is strongly associated with reduced muscle tone and increased fat storage. Unfortunately, the decline is progressive and largely irreversible without medical intervention. Even so, growth hormone is sensitive to lifestyle cues, particularly sleep quality, high-intensity exercise, and intermittent fasting, all of which can naturally stimulate its production to some extent. This trio of hormonal decline, estrogen, testosterone, and growth hormone, creates a perfect storm: lower energy levels, slower metabolism, increased hunger or cravings, and more stubborn fat in the places where it's most harmful. And without conscious adjustment, people can slide into patterns of metabolic dysfunction that accelerate aging, not just physically but biologically. The real danger here lies in the silent nature of these changes. Many people don't recognize that what's happening to their bodies isn't simply a matter of eating too much or exercising too little. It's a hormonal shift that needs to be acknowledged and addressed with informed strategy, not guilt or blame. But here's the positive and empowering side. While we can't stop hormonal decline entirely, we can blunt its impact dramatically. Strength training and resistance-based exercise not only preserve lean muscle, but also support testosterone and growth hormone production. High-intensity interval training, HIIT, in particular has shown promise in boosting both fat-burning hormones and metabolic flexibility. For women, resistance training also helps improve estrogen balance and maintain bone density, which tends to decline along with muscle. Diet, too, plays a hormone-supportive role. Protein-rich meals are essential not just for muscle maintenance, but also for hormone signaling. Healthy fats, especially those from nuts, seeds, fish, and olive oil, support hormone synthesis. Crucially, avoiding excessive sugar and refined carbohydrates helps stabilize insulin, which, when dysregulated, can throw off sex hormone balance and promote further fat storage. Adequate sleep is perhaps the most underestimated tool in hormonal health. Growth hormone is secreted primarily during deep sleep. Chronic sleep deprivation suppresses testosterone, increases cortisol, the stress hormone, and encourages abdominal fat gain even when calorie intake stays constant. Prioritizing 7 to 9 hours of high-quality sleep can do more for hormonal regulation than most people realize. Mindfulness and stress management are also critical. Chronic stress drives up cortisol, which not only promotes visceral fat accumulation but also interferes with the normal production of testosterone and estrogen. Over time, high cortisol acts as a metabolic wrecking ball, shrinking muscle, increasing cravings, and worsening insulin resistance. Finally, for some individuals, medical intervention might be appropriate. Hormone replacement therapy, HRT, for women, or testosterone therapy for men, can help restore balance under medical supervision. These are not blanket solutions and carry their own risks, but when used strategically in conjunction with lifestyle changes, they can be effective in reducing abdominal fat and preserving lean body mass. In summary, hormonal changes with age are inevitable, but their metabolic consequences don't have to be. The increase in abdominal fat and the loss of lean tissue that many people experience after midlife are not just products of poor lifestyle, they are often hormonally driven. Recognizing this shift is critical for taking effective action. With the right mix of movement, nutrition, sleep, and stress management, it's possible not only to resist these changes, but to regain control over one's body composition and health. Aging may rewrite the rules of fat storage and muscle loss, but it doesn't have to dictate the outcome.